Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, welcome back to Sosnovka. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. Let's go ahead and check our stores real quick. If memory serves, I believe we have a good chunk of change in terms of soybeans, and actually soybeans we have quite a lot. And actually that's quite a good price there. At the mill or the transport company. So we never did make any money from that transport company sale, so I don't know if it's only for wood in this case or not, so we're gonna find out. Anyways, the mill is slightly more, so let's go ahead and take a load to the mill, which is what? In town actually, so let's do that right now, because we're kind of low on cash at the moment, and it would be nice to have a little bit of extra cash in this context. So, quick little point, there was an update to the drive control mod, and that update basically made it so the tractors wouldn't automatically turn off. So one of the things that was happening, I don't know if anybody was noticing this or not, but one of the things that was happening was the tractors were automatically turning off even though you didn't have it set up to do so, which was a bit annoying actually, because like sometimes you just want to leave it running and not have to turn it on the whole time. So that guy finish up there. So it was kind of interesting that they that was actually an update, and there were a couple other updates to the mod as well, as far as I can remember. I can't remember them all. Also, the bunkers are now fixed as well, as far as I know. I haven't tested that exactly, but I know a couple people who have tested it, and as far as I know, Giants has released a fix. Why am I going here? I don't need to go here. I'm gonna go on the other side. So I'll have to give that a good go and see if it works properly or not. So we're gonna grab some soybeans here. There we go. We want soybeans. And we're going down to the mill, which is down there. Perfect. Put the cover on if we want to. I like how they made the signs non-collidable actually. I don't realize it, but I am driving through the signs a lot. Just because the way I end up turning. And sometimes they're kind of, it feels like they're in a bit of a random spot. Helper H has completed their task. This is good. I don't know what the maximum number of workers you can have is. I think there is a limit, but I don't know what it is offhand. Oh, same thing with this too. Disappointed. And the last episode I mentioned about how the grain comes out of or above the cover itself, which is a bit surprising considering it comes directly from Giants. So hopefully they'll go out of their way to fix that at some point. I thought they would have been fixed in the latest patch, but alas, it has not been. So bit of a shame. Alright, so we're coming up to the mill, which is down in this area. We need to turn right. And also the vehicle group switcher is now has been released as well. So for example, it's control here again. So if I want to put this into group 1, and I can put this into group 2 for example, and then this into group 1, and then this one into group 1. Oops. There. So now all my tractors are in the same group. So it's pretty cool. If you've never used it before, I find it very handy. Not everybody does though. Not everybody likes it. I tend to use it all the time. I haven't set up my keys for it yet, but I'll probably do that today. Take the roundabout. I believe it's this one we need to take. There we go. I'm trying to figure out what the name they call it in French. I think it's a rondelle, I think. I don't know why the French names come into mind, but there's a couple things I've read. Is this the mill? No, I think the mill's actually down there. This is just in a little spot where you can drive around, apparently. Is there a sell point on that side? No, you just drive around this spot. Okay. Cool little area, though. Strange reminded of Baldacchino a little bit. Alright, here's the mill up here, it looks like. Let's verify. Yes. See how much money we get for this. There we go. Gonna have to change my unload button soon. Oh, there's a train there too. What's this train for? Where is this so associated with grain? Which one is this associated with? I don't know. Maybe it's the one we just did? I don't know. It's the only yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense. Okay, let's send off the train and see what happens. We made 10 grand from that. I didn't realize how many trains there were in Sosnovka, actually. Honestly, I didn't think there were that many, but there's quite a few. So we made 10 grand, so we're at 9,223, so if that number increases randomly, we'll know what it's from at least now. Turn left. Take the roundabout. I think it's the second one here. There we go. So let's see if we make any money from that. I'll be kind of curious, actually. No, still no money yet. But it looks like that's what the money is from, like where you get money from, but whether or not that's true, I don't know. It's hard to really say. No, nothing yet, so, bizarre. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but you can actually set the tip side on a lot of trailers. So if you want to tip from the side or from the back or even from the grain door, you can do that as well, which is really nice actually. Because if you want to just unload just a little bit in a specific spot, it can be used for that. At least that's what I found. 1 second, coffee break. Coffee is so good today. Last little while I've been making a slightly different coffee, and it's fantastic. Well, we're using a different bean this time, and we were using Colombian. It's called Colombio Supremo or something like that, and we just recently switched to the other style. We like the espresso bean, which is it's meant for espresso, but we use it for regular coffee. But it makes coffee, makes really really good coffee. No money from that yet. Maybe you don't get money from that. I thought we were going to get money. That's bizarre. Alright, just getting back to the mill once again with load number 2. Should make another 10 grand or so. I went a slightly different route this time. Well, instead of going around the other place, I just went straight down here instead, which makes more sense, I guess. Yeah, didn't get any money from the from that train at all, so I don't know what the train's there for then. Another 10 grand, 10.6. That's good. For those people who are wondering, I'm playing this on normal. Oh, you can't just drive around? Okay. Note to self. You can't drive around there. The four-wheel drive on. Oh, I'm stuck now. Differential locks? Really? Oh, that's a bit of a bigger dip than I thought. Let me get this sorted. 1 sec. There we go. Got it sorted. All you needed is a little bit of forward momentum in this context, and it was good to go. Oh, the train's coming back now. Let's see. Do we make any money now? I thought you already made money when it went away, but I can't tell now. No, didn't seem to make any. Wonder if the finance actually breaks down your train income. Probably not. I don't see anything. No. That'd have been cool though. Oh well. Anyways, one more load. Alright, just loading up once again. There we go. Last little bit of soybeans here. Not gonna quite get a full load. Let's check the prices real quick to see what they're at. Yeah, see the price of soybeans still it goes down. It doesn't go down by the hour anymore. It goes down by like every minute, it seems like, which is kind of an interesting twist because that's the way it works in real life. It's not like, oh, top of the hour, time to switch. In real life, it's like, okay, you know, people have sold X number of dollars and it flips within a matter of minutes. So it's kind of a nice little change. Alright, let's sell off this last load and see how much money we make. Alright, just finishing excuse me. Alright, just finishing up the last load here. Should make just a bit less than 10 grand on this one. There we go. Alright, let's see what we end up with. Probably around just under 30,000, I'm guessing. That'd be my guess, at least. Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. 9,920, so it's not too bad. I got about almost 30 grand, so it's a good little amount of money. Hopefully it'll keep us in the positive for a little bit. One of the downfalls, of course, is that we have leased vehicles, and the leased vehicles cost us money every working hour. So, for example, if you're doing like karting like this, you're probably better off using one of your own vehicles than one of your leased vehicles, honestly. Because if you use one of the leased vehicles, what will happen is you'll end up putting more hours on it. Oops, where am I going? You'll end up put more working hours on it, and you'll end up just having to pay more. Oh, that's an interesting little area there. Let's get back on the right route here. There we go. Alright, I'll meet you back at the farm. Alright, so we're back at the farm here. And field 14 needs another dose of fertilizer, so we're going to go do that real quick. Luckily, it's a small field, so it doesn't take much fertilizer. Alright, let's get set up over here. And what we can do is let's bring up our information here. Oh, that needs to change. And then we'll shift the course over. I think I haven't changed the button, so with one of the other buttons, I think in 15 I had it set to Alt, I think. Alright, let's get lined up here. There we go. Oops. There we go. This will probably take like 3 passes and that's it. Luckily, it doesn't take very much. This is a rented fertilizer spreader, and it makes your life a lot easier. I do have enough money to buy one right now, but I don't think this is too bad to have a lease on it, if I had to guess, honestly. And I'd say that because it's not a super expensive item, and I don't put that many hours on it, because you can just kind of set it up and just use it for a little bit, and then that's it, basically. If I had bigger fields, mind you, and I was using it more often, I think maybe I would consider buying it like much more, but in this context I don't think it's necessary. There we go. Lost a little bit there. Let's move the MASSEY FERGUSON out of the way here. Now that he's done. It does sound nice, this MASSEY FERGUSON, especially when you fire it up. It's got a good sound to it. And I really like that. I think one of the biggest things I noticed from FS17 was definitely the sounds. I was really surprised as to how good everything sounded. Like as soon as I booted it up, it was like full on. Like I was blown away. I was like, whoa! Especially the Dispine, actually. It's probably the one I mention all the time, but it just sounds really good. Alright, so that is stage 2 fertilization. Now, the one downfall, of course, I don't have any means of fertilizing more than once. I don't have a plow, or else I'd fertilize with the plow. Not fertilize with the plow, but I would turn over the soil. I guess what I could do, theoretically, is plant oilseed radish, which I think you can do with the cedar we have. Let's see here. I think it does that. Where are we here? Oh, that's why. Oh no, it doesn't do it. Oh yes, it does. So you can do oilseed radish with it, and then cultivate. So you can, yeah. So you could. I'll have to do that next time like that. Because right now I'm just basically driving through my crops. Unfortunately. But it is the way it goes sometimes. Alright, let's park this over here somewhere. Actually, I'm not going to need this again, aren't I? Just do it over here then. There we go. Excellent. So, actually, one of the things I was thinking about is something to... thinking about one of the silage levelers. They're really cheap. And one of the nice things about them is you can actually So in this case, you can have it set up for a 3-point or wheel loader. So what I was thinking is I could use this just to move the, just to clean up the cow's feeding area and just leave a tractor over there, because I don't always need to have a tractor hooked up like this, for example, with the fertilizer spreader and whatnot. So that was something I was considering. What if you can customize this particular tractor? What one is this? The ZETOR 120? Put narrow tires on it? No. That's a shame. And what's the other one I have? The ZETOR HD? Where is that one? This is probably an easier way of doing it. FORTERRA HD, can you put narrow tires on here? Oh, you can. So I have this one, and then I have this one, which looks like it's a... The other one looks like a bigger tractor, so... But I don't think it actually is. This guy right here. Alright, I think we're going to put narrow tires on that, because there's a couple times where it might be helpful to have narrow tires on a tractor, just so I don't have to drive through everything. So I'll be back in a moment. It's going to go to the shop. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is going to grab a vehicle workshop and plunk it down over here at the farm. And that might just be easier, because then you can like change your equipment in and out of the things without having to go to the shop every time. So where's a good spot for this? This is the second placeable. Where might be a good spot for it? Because I have just enough money. Just enough money for it. Maybe this would make sense over here, but this is a shop, I guess, technically. Doesn't look like a shop though. Where's a good spot for it? Maybe on the end of this? Oh yeah, right here. Perfect, let's do that. Because I just have just enough money. But this is it's a nice, oh, I really can't do that right there. What about on the other side? Okay, that will work too. Let's rotate this. And we'll plunk it right on this side. And then we can adjust our tractors as we see fit whenever we want to, without having to go to the shop every 5 minutes. There we go. Although now I don't have very much money for my cows, but that's fine. We want this one. So I love you. That's the way it works in Farm Sim. You get some money, you spend it real quick, and then you're like, okay. Alright, so let's put this here. And I don't know how much the nano tires are. Let's see. Customize. So we want narrow tires, which is 600. Do we have enough money for that? No. Almost, though. Almost. So let's go ahead to the bank. You can actually borrow money still in this game. Some people didn't realize you could do that, but you just come over here, borrow, and walk back up here, and customize. Let's put narrow tires on it. So now I can come back, and if I want to, I'll put narrow tires on it, so I can come back here, customize, change it to my standard setup, and it doesn't cost me any money. So that's the nice thing about it. And that's why I got the shop as opposed to going to the, always going to the shop. So this is like your own little work shed. So nice little feature. All right, so let's go ahead and grab this. So this is going to become the spraying vehicle now. I don't know if this one has more horsepower. It looks bigger. This is the FORTERRA HD. This is always the thing that looks. This has 127. That has 117. This one looks bigger almost though. There you go. So now I can come back around, and this can become the spraying / weeding vehicle now. So let's grab this one. Just put them side by side, because I'm kind of curious now. Let's see. So this is the two tractors I start you off with. The MASSEY FERGUSON is the one that I actually picked up as a leased vehicle. They're about the same size actually. Let's just drop that there. Yeah, they're pretty close actually. Yeah, pretty close. Alright, let's move this guy out of the way now. Put the weight over there. And I think I'll just hook this guy up to the trailer for the time being, or put him close to the trailer. There we go. And let's come around here, grab the front weight. Don't know if we actually need it or not, but we're gonna grab it nonetheless. And hook this up here. Because the idea here is when you have the narrow tires on it, it doesn't destroy the crop, which is a nice little feature. So, watch this. So I'm going to drive through this other guy's crop over here, just to demonstrate this fact. So I have narrow tires on here now, and I can drive through his crop without destroying it. Magic. So, I won't destroy my own crop that way either, which is the nice thing about it. So I'm going to go ahead and progress time real quick here. Great demand for wheat. Oh, do we have actually? We actually do have wheat, don't we? I believe we do. At the bakery. All right. Well, I'm gonna sell that off camera then, and I think we'll do is on the episode there, and I'll sell some of that wheat off camera, and we'll come back next episode and see what we got lined up. Alright folks, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Sosnovka. My name's Iain Robson. If you enjoyed, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also leave a comment with what you'd like to see next. Catch you guys later.